it's Wendy, and I just wanted to share my experience with you on resale homes versus new builds. If you're joining me for the first time, give a wave or one of the other little things that appears in Facebook Lives now. I'd love to hear from you and see that you're here. And so, I'm just going to share my experience. Of course, none of my videos are advice. The last thing I want to do is be responsible for your choice. But here on Saving for a Season, I share my experiences and my pros and con lists. So here's my pros and con list for what kind of a home we go after. So here are the pros of new builds. So don't laugh, but a big pro is they're new. They're new and gorgeous. And usually you get a choice on every single color in the build, right? You get to choose your carpet, you get to choose in every room, and you get to choose your flooring color, your flooring type. You get to choose your kitchen counter, your kitchen, cabinets. You get to choose what size toilet you want. I mean, it is just fun. And so, that's a huge pro of getting a new home. And so another great pro is that there's no fixing upping that's going to have to happen, right? Because it's brand new, so it's not a fixer upper, which means you as the buyer get to move in there and just live, which is great. You usually have fresh paint, etc. So those are huge pros. I would say if you are planning on getting a new home, the builder standard is to paint the walls flat. And if you have any children or pets in the home, make sure that it is not flat, that it's actually a different sheen. So anyway, that's my one takeaway from the new build scene. We have done both of these, and so I've made pro lists for both. The pro list for a resale home is this. You get to have your deposit be far less on a resale home, in that waiting period than it is for a new build. Typically, most new builds require a hefty deposit upfront because they are, taking the chance of building this house for you, so they need a bigger deposit. And a resale home is just not going to require that much in comparison to a new home. So, it could be anywhere from, I don't know what state you're in or what size home you're looking at, but it could vary. Say, for example, a 2,500 square foot home, it could vary as much from $2,000 for a resale home as a deposit to $8,000 on a deposit for a new build. And what does that mean? Well, it means that you typically have more leverage in the negotiating process for a resale home. So that's a real good pro for that. Then the other pro for a resale home is that you can pretty much live in it and then decide what colors go with your furniture or what flooring works with your family and change that up a little bit. Paint colors, you can change those up to where you need them and what fits your family best. And then I will say another huge pro for resale homes is that the wait time is usually less because you're not waiting for the home to be built. So typically the process can take anywhere from 30 to 45, sometimes 60 days, but definitely not 6 months. So that's a real pro for resale homes too. Anyway, those are my two pro lists, and I hope those help you. And again, this is just our experiences. These are my two pro lists that I keep, when I look at homes as to whether we should get a new build or a resale home whenever we move. And then two, if you're on a renting side for the moment, it's important to check out, as a renter, what you would do. Would you want to move into a newer home or one that's been rented for a bit too? I mean, that's something you got to think about as well. I will say also one last learning point for both homes that we've had is you should get an inspection on both. And even though the home is brand new, you need to get an inspection. Somebody else needs to be in there and checking it out for you. The builder will assure you that they have awesome stuff, but that's really helped us in both situations is to have inspections on both the resale and the new home. So there's my experience. I hope it helped you. If it helped you at all, give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.